morning, this is Jay DeSico
and Morgan Sloan, reporting live on Channel 8 at 8.
Today, our directed audience would be Miss Calandra's college-bound English class.
And the topic for the day is sentence fragments and run-ons.
We have 3 specialists standing by at Willowbrook High School waiting to report to you on how to avoid grammatical errors.
So now, we're going to hand it over to Phyllis, who's going to report live from Willowbrook High School's foyer on sentences.
Take it away, Phil.
Hi, my name's Phyllis, and I'm here to talk to you about sentence fragments and run-ons. Before we get to the problems and how to solve them, let's talk about what makes a complete sentence. A complete sentence is not merely a group of words with a capital letter at the beginning and a period at the end. It has 3 components. 1, a subject, the actor in the sentence. 2, a predicate, the verb or action. And 3, a complete thought. The sentence can stand alone and make sense. It's independent. Alright, I'm going to go change clothes and I'll be back. Let's continue. Some sentences can be very short, with only 2 or 3 words expressing a complete thought. Like this: John waited. John is the subject and waited is the verb, and the sentence expresses a complete thought. We can understand the idea completely with only those 2 words, making it independent. An independent clause can stand alone, but it can also hold more information, like this: John waited for the school bus in the morning, or even as complex as John brought his umbrella and waited for the school bus in the morning. As a sentence grows more complicated, it can often become difficult to identify whether or not it's a run-on, a fragment, or a complete sentence. But if you look carefully at the examples from before, you can still tell that John waited is the subject and the verb and the focus of the sentence, and all the other information by itself cannot make a full sentence. Identifying the subject and the verb is key to being able to identify the fragments and run-ons. That's all I have on sentences. Now to you, Bill.
Thank you, Phyllis. Hi, I'm Bill. I'm here to talk to you about sentence fragments. There are 2 kinds of sentence fragments. The first sentence fragment is an incomplete sentence. Some fragments are incomplete because they're lacking a verb, or a subject, or even both. An example of a sentence fragment would be, was in the shop. What was in the shop? We don't know. The correct way to say this sentence is, his car was in the shop because he hit a tree. The second form of fragment sentence is a dependent clause. A dependent clause is when you have a subject and a verb, but it is not a complete thought. It may look like a sentence, but it's a sentence fragment. An example of dependent clause is, since you asked. Since you asked, what will happen? Will you get the answer? We don't know. The correct way for the sentence is, since you asked, I will go to the movies with you. And that's everything you need to know about sentence fragments. Now to you, Bob.
Thanks, Bill. Hi, I'm Bob. Today I'm going to talk about run-ons. Run-ons, also called fused sentences, are made when 2 complete sentences are put together into one without separating them properly. All you need to do to fix a run-on is add a punctuation mark or a conjunction mark. An example of a run-on is, she wasn't feeling well, she left the party early. This is a run-on because it's 2 sentences squished together without a punctuation mark to separate them, and it's a mouthful to say. A way to fix this sentence would be to insert a comma and a coordinating conjunction. The sentence would read, she wasn't feeling well, comma, so she left the party early. The coordinating conjunction in that sentence is so. The game was exciting, they scored 15 runs. This sentence is to add a semicolon after the word exciting. Now that I've talked about run-ons, back to you, Morgan and Jade.
Thanks, Bob.
Now, we've learned a lot today, so let's do a short little recap. We talked to Phil, we talked to Bill, and we talked to Bob. Now, Phyllis, brought up a good question. What makes a sentence? Now, you need to have a subject and a predicate, and it has to be a complete thought. He also mentioned independent clauses.
Then, we went on over to Bill, who talked about fragments. Fragments are incomplete sentences that can look like independent clauses, but are actually dependent.
Bob then talked about run-ons, which are sometimes called few sentences. Now, in order to fix a run-on, you could easily just add a punctuation mark or a conjunction.
This broadcast was brought to you by Willowbrook High School.
And you can watch our broadcasts anytime at youtube.com/CBE English 123.
Well, that seems to be all the time we have for today. Once again, I'm Jade.
And I'm Morgan. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching.